We were sent as meat, a Russian soldier says after his vehicle rolled right in front of 2 Ukrainian tanks.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You'd think they'd know by now their country's main tactic is meat grinder.
I mean, the Russian disinformation campaigns are so strong that we have Americans thinking Russia is fighting Nazis in Ukraine. I am only assuming the gaslighting, disinformation locally is even more extreme.
Yeah, but only our idiot believe that.
But if they can convince our idiots who grew up hating Russia, imagine what they can do to people who grew up loving it.
Domestic terrorism.
The word used was probably, which literally means meat, but when used with the adjective form of the Russian word for cannon, it means cannon fodder.
Meat cannon.
Carne por la machina.
Meat for the meat cube. Skulls for the skull throne.
As if ever Russian soldiers were anything other than meat. That was the only tactic that allowed them to win.
It's not just a new Russian army concept either, it's a grandfathered legacy, tactic, that was passed down from decades of ingrained Soviet Red Army doctrine. Much like the other Soviet Red Army doctrine of leveling a city if there's a significant element of resistance and they get frustrated in routing their adversaries. Why towns like Vovchansk, Bakhmut, Mariupol, Azovstal plant or Mariinka is just pure rubble. Why Grozny was leveled both times in both Chechen wars. Why Aleppo and Homs are husks of buildings when Assad asked Potput for help.
Examples like this are why, in my opinion, much of the Cold War era questions of counterforce vs counter-value were overwrought. The Soviets in a nuclear war scenario would have always gone after their enemies' population centers and would have completely expected the other side to do the same. Modern Russia would do the same as well if this thing turns sour. There will not just be a limited exchange if the nukes start flying around.
We know, that's why we gave them the tanks. GTFO of Ukraine, Russia.
I've seen this video. They lit them up.
Guess one of the 2 guys on the back made the tree line and survived.
I've been surprised by survivors of Teo-specific encounters lately after watching the videos of the DER-3 court hits.
It's insane to think some of them managed to survive the first hit.
Ukrainian crews tend to keep a sabot shell loaded so they can fire faster if they face another tank. As opposed to US, I think most of NATO. Crews that don't keep anything in the breech so they can load the correct shell for whatever they see. This was a sabot, essentially just a long metal dart designed to punch through armor. When it hits something with lighter armor like this, it will go straight through both sides without too much spall, metal flying around the crew compartment. By no means a pleasant experience for the crew, but most will survive it.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.